fracture and kind of what goes into exactly to getting back to full speed?
Yeah, it was a little bit different than Liz Frank, but yeah, I really don't want to talk much about it, to be honest. I'm just glad I'm healed up and thankful to be back out there for sure.
Yeah, and from your perspective, how have you seen the young corners like Nyland and AJ and Julian kind of grow up through the summer and into fall as they're all kind of battling for that corner spot opposite Kamari?
Yeah, every one of our corners have been busting their tail all summer, and even in the spring. You know, watching them in the spring get after it. You know, they give it 110% every rep, which is what we need, and is really what we demand as a secondary. And those guys will continue to show up for sure.
We saw Makai make some plays on Saturday. In your opinion, what does it take to not only be a walk-on at Georgia, but to be successful and to put yourself in a situation like you have, like Makai has, to be able to play and contribute?
Yeah, first off, Makai works his tail off every day, and that's really all it comes down to. I mean, you know, if you show you can play and you show you have that worth ethic, I think Coach Smart really appreciates that. And you know, when you have that kind of athleticism, they're going to find a spot for you, and then the hard work is just, you know, an extra. So.
Speaking of that, last year, World Lost Champ said you were the second best walk-on safety in the industry. What kind of problems did that cause with Connor Norman, especially? I think you
Yeah.
spent a lot of time with him last year.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten down to the bottom of who he was referring to, but yeah, I mean, me and Connor had a conversation about it, but yeah, we definitely moved on from that for sure.
You guys are a team that prides themselves on limiting explosive play, so how assuring is it to not just have you back there, but a bunch of guys on the back end of that defense that have played a lot of snaps and have been in this defense for a long time?
Yeah, that's one thing we focus on every day for sure. Explosive plays, those change the game, like you said. So being on the same page is crucial, and you know, we're always communicating extra and making sure we're on the same page in practice, so to limit those during the game.
Obviously, Javon moved back there in that spot, in your spot, I guess, overall, but I'm assuming that even while you were rehabbing, were you involved in, you know, helping him along and making that transition from starter to safety?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Javon's a great player. He's very versatile. That obviously has shown up. But, you know, whatever my role looks like, that's what I'm going to do. And, you know, he supports me and I support him, and we all of our DBs support each other. So it's very exciting to play with these guys, and we're just making the most of it every day.
We got to see a little bit of Justin Rhett on Saturday. What has stood out to you as he's going through his first year, you know, what he's done so far?
Yeah, he's a great athlete, great player. And once again, he's another guy that works really hard, and he's going to be very exciting to continue to watch.
Yeah, Kirby was talking about Malachi and said he's one of the few safeties he's had who could play corner if he needed to with his coverage skills. Just from you, how do you evaluate his coverage skills, and what does that add to the defense? Have a guy like that playing safety in the middle of the field?
Yeah, I mean, from day one, he's come in, and I mean, he's been great in coverage, and that's shown up, like I said, through his freshman year and continuing to now. And we're very, very thankful to have him, and he's an excellent player. And you know, that's all of our goals, you know, to be able to cover in the back end. And yeah, he's a great player.
Can't remember if you told us before whether you got put on scholarship or not, and you know, besides the scholarship, are there little things that walk-ons miss out on in terms of what around the team?
Now, to answer your first question, they're taking care of me for sure here, and I think we're all a big family when it comes down to it. Like, for me, it's, you know, walk-on was never really something that I let get into my head. You just come in and bust your butt every day, and good things are it's gonna pay off, and you definitely see the same thing with Makai, which is really exciting. But yeah, it's open to anybody, which makes it all worth it.
What's stood out to you about this Ball State offense, just what you guys are going to be going up against Saturday?
yeah, I mean, they've got some very talented players. You know, great tight end, great running back, great quarterback. They did a lot of quarterback last game, you know, with Kentucky, and they're just a great team. But we're excited to play them, and we're excited for them to come here, and you know, we're taking it day by day.
How long did it take to come up with this, Marquez Cooper is the same guy that was running on you guys
Yeah.
against Kent State last year? What have you seen from him, now that he's changed team?
Yeah, Cooper, he's a great back, like you said, from last year. But you know, we face great backs every day at practice too with ours, and that's something I'm really thankful for is the backs that we have, because that gives us the most confidence going into every single game.
You mentioned communication was a big thing, not just on the back end, but also you got to be communicating with the linebackers. So having a true freshman like C.J. Allen in the game, how do you think he did just communication-wise and getting everybody on the same page?
Yeah, he did great. CJ's an incredible player. You know, he's got great speed, and he knows, and we all know that we all got to be on the same page. So he does a great job looking back and making sure the safeties and all the linebackers are on the same page.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Dan.
Dan.